Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Bagus Yono. I'm from UGM Buknat Pajajaran.
I'm sorry, I told the Universitas President.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we are kind of brothers and sisters here. What I'm trying to present today is a new theory and also the analysis, the factor analysis result of the measure. So that's why this theory is already developed into a measurement tool, and I call it an anchor personality theory. And the title I mentioned that this is an indigenous theory of motivation. Personality. Indigenous theory of personality. Why is it called indigenous? Because actually the theory is based on, or it's in line with, the Indonesian philosophy that was mentioned yesterday by the mayor, Ridwan Kamil, which is Pancasila. We all know that. So the Pancasila has 5 basic values. First, belief in God, then humanism, nationalism, democracy, and social justice. So how can we develop a theory based on that? You'll see soon. Okay, so why do we need another theory of personality? We know we already have a lot of personality theory in the field of psychology, and actually almost all theories claim to be part of personality theory. And I'll give you an example. Because I'm also in the field of IO psychology, so I am familiar with the Myers-Briggs type indicator. It's the most popular personality theory that is used for a selection in the industrial area, industrial business, industrial management, and you know a lot of business use this theory to assess personality. But you can see that this theory is so complicated. It has like 16 types of personality, and if you read the report, you'll get lost very soon. So what should I do with it? If you're sensing, intuitiveness, and whatever, and this picture shows some example of personality that represent each types. So that's why we need a simpler but more effective personality test. So this is the claim of the new theory. Yeah, you can argue about it, but this is what I think. So in terms of assessment, the conventional theory is so complex, but the anchor theory will be very simple. Simple for the testee and also simple for the tester. In terms of interpretation, as you can see the illustration, it's very complicated. The conventional theory gives you a lot of information that need certain intelligence to make a judgment. Whether which personality maybe you will prefer. But in the anchor theory, the interpretation is very familiar. It's like your daily talks. You know it. You know it already. So that's one other strength. And then the benefit, if we use the conventional theory, we have to really relate it to the context. Like you will be, for example, if we make it simple, the introvert extrovert. Introvert is good for this. Introvert is good for this. And sometimes even people are prefer the extrovert person because it's more fun, something like that. But one psychologist, Susan Cain, said that introvert person is smarter than the extrovert. So those kind of debate happened there. But in the anchor theory, you have a very general benefit of the interpretation. So once you know the theory, you know the benefit of it, and you can use it for every context. And the last one, in the term of validity, to know to prove that your judgment is valid, it's not easy for confirmation theory. With some expert, some shaviness in the analytical thinking. So it's not easy for you to test the validity. But in anchor theory, the validity is very intuitive. So once you know the theory, and you see the person, and you heard what they are, and you hear what he or she is talking about, you will know what kind of personality that he or she has. So now we talk about the theory first. Very, I don't have a lot of time, so I make it short. First, what is anchor? Anchor is something that function as a purpose, reason, motive, and simultaneously it is something to depend on. Say, if I say my anchor is this, it means that this is the reason why I do this, this is the purpose why I do this, and this is what I depend on when I'm doing this. Okay? So anchor is like an integrated concept that create the foundation of a behavior. And the human anchors, there are 5 human anchors, and this is the thing that related to the Pancasila, if you may see later. First is self, it's very familiar. Self is our anchor. Maybe you do something because of your own interests. The purpose of what you're doing is to have a self-fulfillment, self-satisfaction. So everything centered in yourself, meaning that you have a self-anchor. Your anchor is yourself. Okay? And when I see Professor Huan, yeah, the center is self. So his anchor is self. I just simply can say that. Okay? So it's intuitive. And the next one is others. So those who always refer to others, who always need others to judge, to decide, that means that person, the anchor of that person is others. And those who have others as the anchor, he tend, if it is too much, he tend to be dependent on others. Okay. The third one is material. What you have, what you possessed, or the thing that you hold on your hand. For example, if you study the NLP practice, a lot of the anchors there are material, or maybe some memory about your past and something like that. Something that's concrete is material. The fourth anchor, this is more abstract, that I call it virtues. Virtues is wisdom. Virtues is something good. Virtues are the principle of life. Stephen Covey called it principle. This is virtues. Or in Indonesian culture, we have ilmu. Yeah, ilmu and harta. Harta is material. Ilmu is virtues. Okay. When you share ilmu, you will gain more ilmu. That's what Professor Kim said about co-creation. So virtues is something that lasts, something that can be exhausted. something that always increase. And the last but not least anchor is God. So this is the indigenous, if you may say it, part of this theory. So, but all of these 5 anchors have a certain structure to make a diagnostic judgment about the an individual personality. So this is the ideal structure of the anchor, which you put God on the up nose, or the center is God, but the center in the top position. So if we compare to the transpersonal psychology, the center will be self, and it's in the center. But this is the center is God, but this God is not in the circle of life. It's beyond the circle of life. And all other anchors is circling in our life, which has a certain position that make it stable. So virtue has to be the top one. So if you want to have a strong personality, you have to put virtue as your top anchor. And self and others has to be in the same position. So you have to see others as somebody who is similar to you, egalitarian. This is the principle of democracy. Okay, this is the principle of humanism. And material has to be the bottom one. Something that you may need, but you not supposed to depend on it very much. So this is the ideal factor. But in our life, a human being has some disorder sometimes. Why? Because the circle is not fixed. It moves. It can be shaken. So this is why I cannot use the other computer, because this computer can do this. So that's the swinging of your heart. So this anchor theory is also a theory about your heart, not just your brain. That's the thing that I would like. I did wanted to ask Mr. Wichoking, but we don't have enough time. Psychology.
Bagus, sorry, yeah. It is only 3 minutes.
Okay, so this is the result of the factor analysis. We can see that virtue is something separated from all other anchors, meaning that the virtue is the unique anchors that made a person has a strong personality, and all other anchors is just the additional anchor that has to be below the virtues. So the question is, what is your anchor? Thank you.
Thank you for this applause. But we have to postpone the questions for these papers. And please, for Pak Seto Mulyadi. Pak Seto Mulyadi come from University of Gunadarma.